Today I'm here at the Louvre in Paris, France, about to take care of business and do the two main attractions here, the Venus de Milo and the Mona Lisa.
To get to the Louvre by metro, head over to Palais Royal Musée du Louvre, served by Paris Metro Lines 1 and 7. Besides that station, there is actually another metro station called Louvre Rivoli, which is only served by Line 1. There are also numerous bus stations around the site too. The best times to visit the Louvre are actually between Wednesday and Friday evenings after 6 p.m. We were here in the afternoon and the place is crowded. As of January 14th, 2026, Louvre ticket prices for individual visitors from outside the European Economic Area are 32 euros. The Louvre is also included in the Paris Museum Pass, which I recommend getting. It will get you past the long lines for tickets and saves a lot of time at the most iconic sites in Paris like the Louvre. As of early 2026, it costs 85 euros for 2 days, 105 euros for 4 days, and 125 euros for 6 days. As you can see, we're under the iconic modern pyramid in the center of the Louvre. These stairs are one of the many entrances you can take to get inside. We entered through the entrance close to the Palais Royal Musée du Louvre metro station. The pyramid itself was built between 1984 and 1989. We are here to see the Venus de Milo and the Mona Lisa. To get to those two masterpieces, we're heading to the Denon wing. Oh, I almost forgot. Because the museum is so vast, I recommend picking up a map to make it easier to navigate. The English maps are color-coded in red. When you get to the area below the pyramid, you can easily fan out across the museum. You can choose which of the three wings you want to enter because they all start and finish right under the pyramid. The Louvre houses some of the finest art treasures in Europe, and seeing them all can be overwhelming. I also recommend a more targeted approach to visiting because of its size. Alright, let's get started. The Louvre used to be a fortress before it was turned into a palace in the 14th century. It later became an art museum on August 10, 1793 during the French Revolution. The royal family moved out of this palace and settled at the Palace of Versailles in 1682. If you are going straight to specific collections like the Mona Lisa, it is recommended to follow the signs to your destination. Fun fact, the Louvre also houses the crown Napoleon wore during his coronation. While being one of the oldest museums in the world, the Louvre also houses the world's great collection of art treasures. The Venus de Milo, carved by Alexandros of Antioch, a Greek sculptor. It is a renowned 2nd century BC Hellenistic Greek marble sculpture, standing approximately 6 to 7 feet tall. Depicting the goddess Aphrodite, and this is what it looks like. The statue is over 2,200 years old. As we head in the direction the Venus de Milo is facing, we see several twisting statues and other artifacts that model the ideal human form. The Venus de Milo is famous because it is a masterpiece of Hellenistic art, prized for its idealized beauty, its rare status as an original Greek sculpture, circa 100 BC, rather than a Roman copy, and the mystery surrounding its broken arms. The pieces in the Louvre display art spanning from ancient times to 1850. Over here is a sign pointing toward the Mona Lisa. For us, it's time to go see it. Let's spend some time on the Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa is widely recognized as the most famous painting in history. It was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. Historians believe he began the painting in 1503 at the request of a Florentine businessman who wanted a portrait of his wife, Lisa Gherardini. Da Vinci worked on the painting for more than 10 years, and when he died, it actually wasn't finished, and to this day, it is still not considered finished. If you look up in some of the rooms, the ceilings show you what you would have seen when this was a palace. In his lifetime, Leonardo conducted studies on human optics, which is how he pioneered certain art techniques. Leonardo used atmospheric perspective, which made the background of the Mona Lisa appear hazier while showing the subject much clearer. In the 21st century, DSLR cameras can achieve the same hazy background effect in portraits. Fun fact, the Mona Lisa did not become world famous until Vincenzo Peruggia stole the painting in 1911. The Louvre had several heists in its history, with the most recent occurring in 2025. This is a lovely view of what's outside the Louvre. As for the Mona Lisa, after it was stolen, Perugia hid it in a false bottom suitcase and brought it all the way to Italy, planning to sell it to a Florentine art dealer. As we make our way to the Mona Lisa, we are stumbling across other artifacts. Here we see the winged victory of Samothrace, made 2 centuries before Christ. Perugia thought he would be celebrated by the Italian people for returning the painting to its home, but he was arrested instead. The painting was brought back to Paris in 1914, just months before World War I began. Today, the Mona Lisa is protected by a bulletproof case that is earthquake safe and shields it from UV light. We'll show you what the line is like to see it, and trust me, it's painful when the Louvre is crowded. Now we are in the crowded Grand Gallery. We will be reaching the room that houses the Mona Lisa in a bit. The gallery is a quarter-mile long, yet only a small percentage of the Louvre's collection is displayed here. Much of the art in the Louvre represents 3 different styles: Renaissance, Neoclassical, and Romantic. The Mona Lisa falls into the Renaissance category. The Louvre houses more famous paintings than any other museum. And the Mona Lisa is in this room. When it is crowded like today, the line to see the painting is often very long, with wait times exceeding 1 to 2 hours. If I had to describe the line, it is wider than any organized line I've ever seen. What makes this painful is that people are crowding for a position to get a photo. The best place to get a photo is right at the front. Once they open the line to let you out, you must exit. The glass protecting the Mona Lisa is 1.5 inches, about 3.8 centimeters thick, which is far thicker than standard glass. It is said that if you look closely at her eyes while moving left or right, they actually follow you. Interestingly, only the human eye can catch this effect. Camera lenses cannot. Fun fact, during World War II, the Mona Lisa was hidden in secure locations in the French countryside to prevent the Nazis from looting it. The painting was moved at least 5 times and did not return to Paris until June 1945, a month after Germany's surrender. We have finished our targeted visit to the Louvre. It is a must-see when visiting Paris, as it is the most visited museum in the world. Artifacts like the Venus de Milo and the Mona Lisa are well worth the trip. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram for more. Paris has many world-class sites worth visiting, and the Louvre certainly stands out. Until next time.